Hey everybody, Meteorologist Ryan Hoke here with a Hokey video blog update for a beautiful Sunday morning. We're talking about plenty of sunshine, temperatures about 3 degrees warmer than yesterday, easily getting into the lower 80s by this afternoon. Here's our Hokey weather fact of the day. We're talking about Doppler radar. The National Weather Service Doppler Radar Network, we call it the WSR-88D because it was implemented in 1988, can detect precipitation up to 286 miles away. Now that's in the extended range mode. It's most effective within about 143 miles. You'll notice if you look at a map of Doppler radars, they're fairly evenly spaced except for out in the American West and some areas of the South. And that's because they want to make sure they have just a little bit of overlap between that in case there's a failure of a radar so they can compensate with the others that surround it. So you've learned that today from our Hokey weather fact of the day. All right, Kentucky One Health SkyTrack camera in Jeffersonville, Indiana, showing us clear blue skies, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures have been a little interesting outside the city because while we're sitting fat and pretty here in the 50s, areas outside the city in the 40s and the lower 40s, Carrollton, Tell City was down to 41 this morning. Reason for that, they're in that river valley right next to the Ohio River, so that cold air settles there. There's no wind to take it and pick it up and mix it around, and there's lots of clear blue sky to allow that radiative cooling to happen overnight too. So kind of a combination of two factors why it's so chilly out there. The rest of us, though, in the mid 40s to low 50s at this hour as of 8 o'clock this morning. Rain, snow, clouds, none of that. Eastern half of the nation is absolutely quiet right now. We've been talking about this for what seems like forever. We've got this omega block pattern, and essentially what's going on here is that we have a ridge of high pressure right over us right now, and the jet stream traveling around it and two accompanying low pressures is such that it looks like the Greek letter omega. That low pressure over the west coast, or the mountain west, I should say, causing tons of problems for folks out in Denver, Boulder, Colorado. They picked up 11.8 inches of snow in Denver yesterday, had travel issues out there, especially in some of the mountains up there in northern Colorado. Yikes, it's been kind of a huge snowstorm for them. Now for Dallas, they've got an approaching squall line. It is decreasing in its intensity as it moves toward I-35, but you'll see those flash flood warnings, kind of a training flooding system, just because the jet stream's running right over the flow, and it's parallel to each other, so it's not moving, and that's not being helped by the fact that the low pressure itself is really not moving either, thanks to this omega block. All right, if you're heading out to the bats today, they start at 2:05 instead of the 7:05 like the past couple of days, so get out there early this afternoon. 81 to start, 82 by the 7th inning. Take the sunscreen, lather it on, and reapply it. Yesterday, I was out for 90 minutes between like 10 and 11 a.m. I got sunburned, and I got sunburned, pretty moderately, too. It was more than I expected for that time of morning, this time of year, just because we've got full sunshine, nothing to block it. UV index today is 7. That's a high category, so lather on that sunscreen if you're going to be out there for even more than just 10 minutes, guys. All right, so here is your 7-day breakdown. I want to break down today's forecast because some folks are going to be grilling out. That sounds good. I know my neighborhood's going to smell so good this afternoon. It's too bad I have to be here at work. All right, anyway, 5 o'clock, 82 degrees. 9 o'clock, 73 here in the city of Louisville. By Tuesday, I've taken down our shower chance down to 10%. The models are just not gathering enough moisture ahead of this front now to really squeeze out more than just a sprinkle in southern Indiana, and that's it. At this point, I may just take it out by tonight. We'll see how that goes. I'll look at some of the latest data here this afternoon. Wednesday, 76, 20% chance of a shower at night. All right, so the rest of the day, fairly nice. Thursday is the day we have to be concerned about when it comes to rain. Not because it's going to rain in town, but because we have the Wave 3 News concert series as well. KFC Yum Center Plaza, 11:30 in the morning. We're hoping the rain holds off till the afternoon or evening. There's a chance that the best chance of rain would be then, so that's at least one silver lining of this whole situation. So instead of being a 70% rain chance at that time, only a 40% rain chance. So there's still a 60% chance it won't rain. We're not canceling yet, but we still have to keep track of that forecast. 67 there by about 11:30 in the morning. Here's the setup as we head throughout Thursday night. Notice the time here. I mean, this is really late Thursday when this moves in, probably just after dinner when most of this moves in. It's just going to be some rain, some of it briefly heavy at times with a rumble or two of thunder. That's about it. That's about all this atmosphere can produce right now. And behind this is going to be interesting because the European model, and this is the European model actually being dumped out for you here to see, does have some scattered showers and thunderstorms on Friday. It did that yesterday, doing it again today. The GFS model saying, what storms? Going to be completely clear. I like the Euro's idea here because it leaves behind some moisture And that can happen this time of year, especially with these fronts. They're not as clean as usually they are in the wintertime. And also, it's slowing down the front, too, which is another thing I think the GFS does a bad job at, is speeding things up a little too fast in the long range. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't think these storms on Friday are going to be a big deal or anything. It's just if you're trying to make early weekend plans Friday night, you want to know if there's going to be any, couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm left over from that. You don't really care about Thursday. You don't really care about Friday, though. You care about Saturday, because that's thunder over Louisville. The latest data is awesome. I mean, I came in here this morning, sat down, looked at the GFS and the Euro, and went, well, holy cow, we're in good shape. Look at this. 77 degrees, mostly sunny skies, lower humidity than we previously thought, and a southeast breeze at 4 to 7. That's it. That's it. No rain chance. The rain chance that was basically to our south yesterday has faded off the models. High pressure stronger, moving in faster behind the front. And I think that's a pretty good setup at this time. Even the statistically adjusted models, what we call MOS, is keying in on that too. So that's a really good thing to see. Kind of a reinforcing mechanism here for this in our thought process. And then by the fireworks, we're at 68. Mostly clear. Light southeast breeze. That would blow the fireworks smoke toward New Albany if that were to take place. Probably southwest portions of Jeffersonville too. I mean, that's not bad at all. We can take that. Not a big deal, guys. I think this is going to be one of the better weather thunders we've had. I've taken us out of the 80s just because that high pressure is going to have some of that cooler air. It's basically a core of cooler air transporting down to Louisville. And really, that's actually going higher than most of the guidance. Most of the guidance was around the lower 70s for Saturday. But, I mean, with all the sunshine we're going to have, we usually overachieve, especially since we'll have a southeasterly wind component. That'll help us warm up. If it were a southwesterly wind component, I'd easily go 80 degrees. That's what really helps us get those temperatures above what the guidance is saying. A little bit of forecasting 102 there. So as we head through the end of the month, a lot of 80s showing up. There's a front that's going to move through around the 26th. We've been trying to pinpoint that, and we've got a little better clarity on that. And that'll take us down to the 70s. A lot of data is saying 60s. In fact, most of it. I'm going to say 70s for now, just because it's going to be upper 60s, and I think the sunshine would really help warm us up. And sometimes there can be a little too much influence from the cooler air in the models that far out, and it'll kind of moderate as we head forward in time. So that's what being a meteorologist is all about. Taking the data that you have, applying what you know about the atmosphere, applying your prior knowledge, and then making a forecast. That's why you can't just look at computer models and say, this is gospel. We need an actual human forecaster there to make sure that the forecast data is right and then to adjust it when it needs to be adjusted. That's why the Wave 3 News weather app, which you can get for free on the Apple App Store and, of course, the Android Google Play Store, is awesome because we type in those numbers by hand. That's coming straight from our analysis of this data, interpretation, and adjustments. That's all being typed in by hand every morning, every afternoon, sometimes 4 times a day. So download this thing right now. It's the best weather app you can get for the money, which is absolutely free, and it's going to focus on this area like no other national weather app can. The app that's on your phone, it's just pulling from a computer data on some server, probably in New York City or Atlanta or somewhere. You need local data and information around here. Get it from the Wave 3 News weather app. And that's my shtick for today. All right, guys. That's it for now. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your Monday. I'll be here starting tonight at Wave 3 News at 6, and we'll take you through the rest of that forecast with any updates and adjustments that are necessary. That's it for now, folks. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Enjoy your Sunday.